What's going on, ladies and gents? Welcome back to another SLA video. Folks, we got a lot to talk about. Shout out to my boy Alpha, who again has been sharing some crazy news. We got more news for you, but before we get into the news, guys, I want to remind everybody, Content Creator Program is going on right now. If you haven't done so already, please hit that support button. Get yourself some free codes, guys. We had a brand new code right here for you, which is going to give you the weapon enhanced gear times 30 and then 300k gold, plus a brand new code that I'm going to submit today for you for additional things. Plus, we have 5 more codes on the way. So click that support button. It's easy. It's free. Let's talk a little bit about the upcoming content. If you have not seen the roadmap yet, right? The roadmap, you guys know what I'm talking about. We talked about it earlier. You probably saw it right here. This roadmap has a lot of characters here. So we're going to talk a little bit about the leaks for each of these characters and what it brings to the table for you and why this brand new leak is super important, and the whole new infusion elemental infusion class, or the elemental charge class, is going to play a major role. So let's break this down. First off, I want to say big shout out to Alpha for hooking us up with all this information. Remember, this is all leaks. All of this can change. So make sure, guys, you take this with either a grain of salt or you take it seriously. It's up to you how you want to do this. And this will kind of help you plan around what you want to do as a player. And some of this is going to shock you, some of it won't, right? So let's go through this. So first off, December, Christopher Reed, Fire Elemental Infuser. We know this. He's going to be the new, they call it a stacker. I guess Infuser is going to be the name. So he'll be the new one, that the first of his class coming out. Now the second one is going to be Igris. Igris is going to be our next Elemental Infuser, and he's going to be for wind. So Igris will in fact be a wind Elemental Infuser. Whether he's a breaker or not is probably not going to happen. It looks like they're trying to keep those classes segregated: strikers, breakers, supports, infusers. Or if they want to, they may end up having a elemental wind infuser with breaker, but it looks like that's not the case. Igris will not be breaker. He'll in fact be an infuser. So we'll see. It looks like infusion is going to be a big part of this game, guys, and it looks like it's planning to stay. So if you plan to skip infusers, you might be doing yourself a little bit of an injustice and losing quite a bit of the actual DPS. Now, they didn't show the character in February, but in fact, Sun Ki-hoon is going to be coming out as a Dark Breaker. Yes, we did a whole video on it, talked about it. So Dark Breaker Sun Ki-hoon is in fact the leak confirmation. So we will be getting him in February, even though it doesn't show it here. It looks like these are the more important things they wanted to talk about. Because let's be honest, Sun Ki-hoon is not a character that people really care about. So they didn't want to put that hype around him. So keep that in mind, all right? Now, February to March, there'll be a female original character from Leonard's Guild who will be a light DPS. That's right. So February to March, we're going to get a light DPS. So between that time frame, it looks like we're going to be getting an extra character between the release of Sugimoto as well too. So a original waifu will be between these two time frames. So for those who are wondering why we went all sausage party all of a sudden, well, there will be a female here to break it all up and throw a little bit of I'm not even going to say the word estrogen. Let's just go with estrogen around. All right. So yes, we will get another character here. We don't know her name just yet, but she will be an original character, light DPS from Leonard's Guild. And this is okay because we don't know much about Leonard's Guild. So original characters can be thrown around to give us a little bit of love. And then of course, the release of Sugimoto as a dark support. That's right. He will be a dark support, guys. So keep that in mind. If you are looking for a character that will give your dark units a little bit of love, that may be the character that you're looking to go for. All right. Now, after this, we have Antoine. Antoine will be a wind support. Yeah, Wind getting all that love, baby. Wind getting all that love. So Wind is, again, getting another support. So it looks like Jinna will be replaced. Now, if you know nothing about Anton, he was one of the national level hunters who were awarded this and were given the title for beating Kamish. When Kamish lost, he was one of those people there who made that happen. He was the best healer on the planet. So he is, in fact, going to be a big part of the Wind team. So keep that in mind, guys. When you are summoning, if you're looking to upgrade your Wind team, this is the person you want to go for. All right. So make sure you check that out and keep that in mind when you are going to be summoning, that this is going to be one of the characters that are probably going to make a pretty big impact on the game. So that's huge. Okay. Also, in the month of May, we should be getting another character as well. And that character, in fact, is going to be a special hunter. It's going to be an OC character, and it's supposed to be a dark elemental infuser yet again. So another character that's coming out. We may get a collab in between here. I'm not sure. Nothing's been mentioned of a collab, but Alpha does say if he thinks who it is, it's going to be an OC character, so original character, and it will in fact be a dark elemental infuser. And then in the month of June, of course, we have Liu, and a lot of you guys probably want to know what Liu is going to be. Well, Liu is in fact going to be a light elemental infuser, so that is going to be a big deal for a lot of folks. For those who are wondering if he's worth pulling and if elemental infusers or elemental infusers are going to play a big role, they most likely will. So there you guys have it. That is the entire roster coming up to the month of June. Now, keeping in mind a lot of these leaks don't know of any like collabs or anything that may be happening. There have been some, big collabs this year already. We had Freerin, we had the Idle one. There's always opportunities for other Netmarble games to collab. We have Tower of God. We have ourselves, obviously, Meliodas and the squad from Seven Deadly Sins, and other games as well, like Seven Nights, etc., that Netmarble does own the rights to. And of course, they can always dig outside of that. My dream is a collab with Bleach. I would love to see that. But within this, the frame that we have here, that is the roadmap, guys, that is what's currently available, with a couple things added in here for you that we've put in the month of February to March, etc. Right? So there has been in May as well too. So there are going to be some original characters. There are going to be some females coming out as well too, and there are going to be some DPS that desperately need to be here, plus some supporters. But it looks like the infuser class, or the whatever they call the stackable class in the Korean thing, is going to be here to stay, guys. And it looks like it's going to play a major role for SLA going forward. They are really pushing this brand new combat system. So I know a lot of you guys looked at Christopher Reed and said, hey, he's a skip. Fine. Plan to skip it. It's all good. You might not care about the fire element, right? But it looks like Igris, who is also going to be an infuser, is going to be there for win. So you may have to decide who you want to go for. I am personally invested in the Igris human character. He looks incredible. He looks like Alucard from Castlevania. Looks badass. His real name looks incredible too. I remember it was a translation error, so I'm not even going to try to read it. But they're going to introduce him with his real name, which I'm really curious about. So I want to, the what if stories always are great because it's a backstory of the character. We get to know a little bit more about my personal favorite Shadow and his life as a human being. So guys, I'm curious to know what your thoughts are on this, especially revolving around Liu, especially the fact that he's going to be an infuser. Now, keeping in mind, an infuser does not mean they're not a DPS. It just means their main role is to give you more infusion for that element to make the overload happen quicker for you guys to do more DPS. So they kind of play a dual role here as DPS and support. I am curious, though, to know what you guys think, because this has probably been the character that everybody wants to summon on and everybody wants to know. So if you guys are curious to know what, I'm curious to know what you guys think. And number two, if you guys are curious to what infusers are going to be able to do, we'll know very well with Christopher Reed, Igris, and everyone else coming along before Liu to see if they are in fact going to be a dual class DPS or if they're just going to play a support role. And we're going to find out real quick with the next two hunters that are coming out. And I'm very, very excited, guys, because along the way, we have other big events, a lot of new content on the way, plus a lot of rewards coming. So anyone who is thinking, hey, is it a good time to start playing Solo Leveling Arise? It is always a good time to play Solo Leveling Arise, especially now around the Christmas holidays, because everything that they're giving us for free is pretty freaking insane, including a lot of free hunters, weapons, and rewards. All right, guys, remember to click that support button, get yourselves into the support program, and don't forget to like, subscribe, put those notifications on, hit that hype button on there as well too, and thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care.